Today, I want to talk to you about mindsets. Mindsets, also called self-theories or theory of mind, describe how we think about ourselves, about our capabilities and abilities, characteristics, and so on. Typically, the literature makes the distinction between fixed mindset and growth mindset. The fixed mindset includes that we think we cannot change. We are how we are and we're just going to be that way forever. The growth mindset, however, says that we can change. We can and do change. Actually, I just talked about thinking or believing that we can change or cannot change. But it is rather like accepting we can change, because science has shown that we are capable of changing. For example, our intelligence. And I will talk about this later in the video. Net et al. Conducted a meta-analysis in which they described and synthesized information from various studies done on mindsets, on growth mindsets and their effect. Their results were that people who have a growth mindset are better at goal setting, goal operating, and goal monitoring. Goal setting means that they set better goals, they think more about what they really want, and they phrase it in a good way. Goal operating means that they're good at just doing it and following through. This is of course based also on fact number one. And goal monitoring means that they're good at reflecting and perhaps adjusting when necessary the goals to keep continuing. In 1988, Boyum wrote a paper on the different conceptions we have of intelligence. Shortly thereafter, the first studies about mindsets started to appear. Dweck and colleagues proposed several techniques to induce a growth mindset in people. The techniques can be divided into two areas: praise and critique, and teaching growth mindset. Praise and critique is about giving constructive and specific feedback. It should not be general, like, "Oh, you did a good job," or "Wow, you're so talented." I will also talk about the problem of the definition and how we use the word talented in a different video. Rather, they should be specific, as I already said, and personalized to the individual you're talking to. If something does not work out, the feedback should include talking about the effort, increasing the effort, perhaps considering a change of strategy, getting help perhaps from others, or just having a bit more patience. Teaching about a growth mindset relates to what I talked about before, the science behind it. The field of neuroscience has shown that in our brain we have neurons and axons, and they can grow and shrink depending on what we do and what we think. Imagine a field where you have a lot of paths that you walk, and through walking become more salient, more visible, easier to see and easier to walk as well. The more often you walk a certain path, the broader it gets, the more visible it gets, and so on. But if you then stop walking it will grow back. It will grow back normal and invisible, or hardly visible. The same is true in our brain. The more often we do or think a certain thing, the easier it is to remember it or to do it again. And the faster we also get at doing it. If we stop doing or thinking a certain thing, then it gets harder for us to retrieve a memory, for example, or to do a motor task. The takeaway from the literature on growth mindset is that we do and can change in our brain. We can change our intelligence. We can change our shyness to a certain degree. It is very important for you to remember you can change your characteristics and abilities. You perhaps cannot change them totally, but to a certain degree, yes, you can do it. Also, keep in mind that for different areas or different aspects, different topics, you might have a different mindset. So maybe you say, I'm really good at calculating, hopefully. And I can improve this ability by just doing it more and more and practicing more and more. But I I can't dance. I simply can't do it. So in that example, you would have a growth mindset for mathematics and a fixed mindset for dancing. However, I think you actually know that if you do dance, then you develop your ability to dance, so you get better at it. And this was now a motor example, a movement example, but it holds true for all different things. So keep in mind, you can change your characteristics, and you do if you work on it. If you have any comments or questions about this topic or other topics, please write them down in the comment section below. And if you want to know more about those things, hear more about different opinions on different topics of psychology and personal development, coaching, please visit my channel and subscribe.